then people will believe it to be the truth. It becomes the truth. That's a lie. Lie is like a circle, and when you tell the lies, when it completes its own circle, the lie will manifest to be the lie, and because the truth will surface. Anytime lie completes its circle, the truth will surface. The lie can never be the truth. It is you that believe the lie to be the truth, because you have not accepted the lie to be the truth. Truth is always the truth. There is no two types of truth. There is only one truth. Two things cannot be true at the same time, except the two things are in contradiction of the other or opposite of the other. The philosophy of or. There's nothing like and or. It is either or. This is the truth, or this is the lie. It's not the truth. This is the fact, or this is not the fact. As we have read in the book of 1 Corinthians in chapter 11, 23 to 34, Matthew 5, Matthew 14, 13 to 21, and in other subsequent readings that we have just prayed about, you reason and you hear yourself. We want you as the soldiers to begin to ask yourself about what kind of person are you? Who am I? I think that was a chapter in one of my books. Who am I? What makes you a soldier? What makes you born again? What makes you a believer? Why do you say you are a Christian? Are you a Christian because you go online and you listen to the messages and you like this and like that? And then because you send money here and you send money there, are you a believer? Are you a Christian because you said you are a Christian? These are the questions you must ask yourself. Why do you believe the way you believe? There is more resources in the world to take care of all the populations of the world. There is enough means for us to be able to share love with one another and care for one another. There is enough power and resources to be able to overcome wickedness and evil, to be able to reject bribery and corruption, not to put others into temptations and set a trap that people come to sin. The word of the Lord calls you and reminds you as we continue in this series of wickedness and evil in the world as a result of bribery and corruption, tearing down communities and society and nations and tribes and races and countries because of bribery and corruption that is supported by the powers that benefit from it. Those that are afraid because they don't want to stand against wickedness and evil. Those that are greedy. Wickedness and evil in the society around the world is causing too much suffering and too much pain. And we have people that stand in a position to do something. They are silent and quiet. These are things that's making God angry. And ordinarily, God do not like to interfere in the affairs of the world. but not in this season. That's why we have been speaking about things that are happening. The Lord Christ himself has been revealing them in the word and the messages that is coming around from the mouth of these prophets and other prophets around the world and other people, even yourself. When you see what is bad, you know it's bad. When you see what is good, you know it's good. You are encouraged by things and they become rooted among you and in the society and then become an influence over the other people. That's not the kind of power God gave to any leader or anybody in any of such positions to do something about it. These are what is making God angry. We have told you several times about the power of God. The power of God to be able to exercise his lordship and kingship over the things that he has created. In the message we gave you before the Afghanistan disaster happened, and you saw disaster that happened and what took place in Afghanistan, and then after that, we gave you a message that another country, another nation will fall into the hands of another leader. So we gave a warning about Africa, the things that happened in Africa. You saw right after the message how another government has gone into the Guinea in West Africa, and there have been several attempts to bring down some governments, and it's just not the end of it. Yes, we know there are powers, and they want to believe they sit in some kind of positions and in some kind of authority, and they exercise every of those powers in order to try to make things be the way they have always been. And then the Lord has been calling and asking and warning, because he will get to a point that it will be escalated and things will scatter. Even those that think they sit in the positions of power, and they will now decide to call upon their power, and their power will not be there no more. They want to call upon their human power about the authority and the positions they occupy, and they will not be there. They are thrown out. And they want to call upon their supernatural power of the evil and the wicked and the Satan they serve, and yet it will be neutralized.